Ham, it is 7:06 with Dixon Dividing on Talk 99.5 and Talk 99.5.com. Man, oh man, oh man, we have got a wet one lined up today. About a 50% chance of rain this afternoon, 92 for the high. 70% both Friday and Saturday, 90 and 89 respectively high-wise. And look at this, it's the 23rd of July of 2026. I tell you that because 1 week from today, we're going to be in August. How is this possible?
Here it goes. Kids back to school pretty soon.
Man.
They're like, what? No.
Didn't they just get out?
Yeah, now they go back and
That's what all the kids are thinking. Did we
first
just
part
get
of
out?
August. It did.
Were you one of those people who couldn't wait for school to start again?
No, I was not.
No.
It was like I was the one going, no, no. Thank goodness it was, almost a full 3 months. We had,
Yeah.
we had all of June, all of July, and all of August for the most part.
We definitely made it through Labor Day before we started again.
Mm-hmm.
But by that time, and it was 3 solid months, it was a good 12, sometimes 13 weeks that we were off. And by the end of that, as a kid, time moved a lot slower. I was pretty bored. I was ready to go back to school.
Well, I was never ready.
Not because I wanted the classes or anything, but because there were friends that I only saw at school.
Yeah.
People I only hung out with at school. And so I, kind of wanted to get back into that groove. Now, of course, a month into school, I was like, why did I think this was going to be fun?
I take it back.
Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Should have enjoyed that 13-week vacation while I had it. But, laying around, there's only so much TV you could watch. I was on the swim team, summer swim team. So I had to wake up like really early every day and go to the Y and practice and then go to some meets occasionally.
For a couple of summers.
Yeah.
Before I got into tennis, it was at the University of Miami. They had a swim team for young kids.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Very nice.
Huge pool. Huge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when you're that age, you're like, oh, my gosh.
There's nothing quite like it, is there?
No.
You're going to I have to swim all the way to the other side of this?
Massive. I was like, oh,
Seems
my
like
God.
a long way. I don't know if
And
I
the
can
3
make
diving
it.
boards, you're like, one was way up there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, my God. Mm-hmm.
I used to love jumping off that, but I didn't dive.
No.
I don't think I
it
ever
was
dove
feet
off
first.
of it. It was always feet
like,
first. It was
yeah.
always just like, just take a running start and then see if you could be like the coyote and stay in midair running. Hold up a little sign that says yikes, and then down you go. That's how it works.
Fun times.
Yeah, man. CNN, some interesting polling coming out. Now, this, first off, the most recent poll of Democratic candidates for 2028 show AOC in the lead. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Now that's
put her in the lead.
That's quite a step over Kamala because Kamala had been the front runner for quite some time. Now suddenly it's AOC.
That's a low step to get over, though.
Yeah, it's true. Gavin Newsom is the real story here. He has plummeted to something like 12%. He had been in the 20s. He's now in the 12% rail. And I don't know if this has to do, probably not. I don't think a lot of people know that he's being investigated by the feds, and he actually got Hunter Biden's lawyer to defend him. And boy, he's lawyering up really early because nobody's charging him with anything, right?
Right.
But he's just like, I want to make sure that I'm ready to go. I don't want to find myself behind the 8 ball here. I don't know that it has anything to do with that. I think it may have to do with the fact that people are just looking at California and going, the guy didn't run that very well. Why would we give him the keys to the country?
Right, he made a mess of it.
Terrible idea. But there is a name that is rising that is really strange. It's a Senator John Ossoff of Georgia. I can't point to anything this guy has done or said that is meaningful in any way, shape, or form.
Well, think about what the Democrats have to deal with here and who some of the potential candidates. We've heard Rahm Emanuel's name thrown out there a couple of times. Do they put Kamala there? AOC? Bernie Sanders again? Kamala Harris? Come on. I mean,
this is where we are right now. I'm looking at this right now. AOC at top 22%. Pete Buttigieg at 21.
He's not going to win.
Mark Kelly 9, Gavin Newsom 8, Bernie Sanders 6, Kamala Harris down
way
to
down.
5. 5%. Wow. I mean, she
And-
was the front runner just a couple of months ago.
Right, and we have 2.5 years, right? About
Yeah.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Well, a little less than that when you
Sure.
start taking everything into consideration, but that's going to change. There's no way that that's going to stay that way.
Of course not. There could
And
be
do the
somebody
Democrats truly believe they can win with a AOC, with a female AOC? I don't know that they can.
Depends on who you're running against.
Right.
If you're running against J.D. Vance, which is what I think you're going to be dealing with, I don't know that Republicans will clear out of his path, but I think if J.D. Vance announces he's running, there's going to be some people that go, okay, I'm not then. But there'll still be 3 or 4 that, I think DeSantis wants to take a stab at this. I think there are a few others in the Republican Party. And
Marco
like I said,
Rubio is in there.
Well, yeah, but he said if JD's running, I'm not. I think he would be the VP choice. I really do. Unless, for some reason they needed some other state or something that they had to work with. But to be honest with you, we've got a hugely deep bench. And if you think about this, 2015, right up, even after he had already announced, after Donald Trump announced, Jeb Bush was still the odds-on favorite to win the Republican nomination for president. Jeb Bush was the guy everyone was looking at. Everyone was believing he was going to be the guy. He certainly bought into it himself. He was 100% convinced that he was going to get it. And then Trump came in like a whirlwind and just absolutely took over and sucked all the oxygen out of the room. Could there be a Democrat who does that? I can't imagine who it is. It's not Mark Kelly. It's sure not John Ossoff.
No, I don't think
but
so
then
either.
again, John Ossoff could be doing the whole Joe Biden, I'm going to sit in the basement and do nothing strategy.
Yeah, Joe Biden was a known entity, though. People were like, okay, we know Uncle Joe. We know who he is, Lunch Pail Joe, for the working class, a middle-of-the-road kind of guy, moderate guy. We can, we can trust him. We know that he's not going to be wackadoo. It turns out, of course, he was. Once he got in office, the people that were controlling him were the biggest lefty nonsense idiots that you've ever seen, and they started pushing things like men and women's sports and opening the border wide up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Ossoff being an unknown entity, I don't think you can hide in the basement. You got to get out there and make a speech. You got to tell people what you stand for. You got to have a hope and change or a Make America Great Again. You have to have a slogan that's simple, straightforward, and explains to people what it is you're doing. And what's Ossoff's?
I think most people are very unfamiliar with who he is.
Absolutely.
I have no clue.
He is Casper Milquetoast. He's the color beige. That's basically him. He's got not a whole lot going for him. AOC, on the other hand, just unbelievable that people are thinking about putting this woman in office. It's unbelievable to me that she is where she is now.
The list that you just gave,
all
of them, you're just thinking to yourself, that is truly the best that you have. AOC is at the top of the list. And Kamala Harris is still on the list, but she's at the bottom of the list.
Bottom.
I mean, this is the best you can do.
What a
Democrats.
lovely set of bookends. I must say, out of all of them, the only one I think that would be palatable to most mainstream Democrats is Mark Kelly. I think he's the guy that people would look at and go, astronaut, military guy, white, straight, male, all the usual suspects.
He checks a lot of boxes.
That you expect, because Democrats are great about talking DEI.
But the problem is
and then putting the white straight male.
The Democrats can't control him. That's the only thing.
Well, that's true.
I don't think that, some of the others that are, holding the strings on the puppet, that he's going to be very good at that. I think that Mark, for the most part, has his stances and things that he believes in, that they won't be able to control him like they controlled Joe Biden.
And they ain't going to like that.
No.
I think that is
and that's why he may not be in the lead for that.
A safe bet. Anthony and Company Jewelers, 2080 Valleydale Road next to Ragtime Cafe. When you need a lovely piece of jewelry for your significant other, you can go in there and just pick from their huge selection with the tiny little prices. Prices so low they can't afford to have a sale. Or if you've got enough lead time, you can go in and say, guys, I need you to make me something special. Create something out of whole cloth. Or take a piece that they have and say, I like this, but I want it altered this way and that way. Change this up a little bit like this and that. And the next thing you know, you're going to have the piece of your dreams at a great price. Anthony and Company Jewelers does all work in-house. They repair anything and everything. They do have jewelry for men. Yeah, some high-end watches, beautiful rings, stuff like that. Great selection of crosses to hang around your neck. That is Anthony and Company Jewelers, in business for better than 50 years. They know what they're doing. 2080 Valleydale Road next to Ragtime Cafe. Online at anthonycojewelers.com. Any day now. You know who does a great version of this song? The Cash Domino Killers.
Yeah.
That would be my band playing Saturday night at Sugar Creek Music Club. Look them up online and see if you can't make arrangements to be there. The band starts at 6. We do an old person show. We start at 6. We're done by 9. It's wonderful.
And everybody's eating dinner at 4? Is
Exactly.
that what we're doing?
Yeah. Everyone's
All right.
everyone's had the early bird special.
Nothing.
Look,
Beat the
man.
crowd.
One of our sax players is 84 this month.
That's awesome.
The other one is 78.
Mm-hmm.
And our trumpet player is in his deep 70s.
Keep going. Come on, guys.
yeah.
Keep going.
And they're fantastic.
That's good.
They're really great.
Probably playing in the band is keeping them young.
I certainly hope so,
Yeah.
because we can't afford to lose them
No.
anytime soon. We got to keep those guys around.
Are you working on your backup plan?
Yeah, we've
You're gonna
already
be done?
I've talked to a couple of high school kids. We'll keep them around for a long time.
Ah,
Can't believe we've been doing this for 10 years.
That's
10
great.
years.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Longer than most relationships I've had.
That's right.
722 with Dixon and Vining.
Speaking of decades and 10 years, how about more than 6 decades of being in the business, talking about Be Dry. BeDryAlabama.com. My good friend David Fevitt. You'll love meeting David. He's got a wonderful personality, and he will be coming out to your house and maybe checking out to see what's going on. If you've got a water issue, and I don't mean plumbing, I mean water that's in places that it doesn't belong, and that would be like in the crawl space of the basement. So many homes end up with this issue, and then homeowners that just scratch their head and go, all right, well, who do I call? Because this might be a big project. It might be something fairly simple that Be Dry can take care of, but you want the experts like Be Dry that know what they're doing and can resolve this quite quickly for you. Cracking in the foundation, this is another issue that they come across, and they know how to fix that as well. For a limited time, too, over the summer months, 25% off encapsulation. If your crawl space has all that water in it, they can rectify that situation and then encapsulate it so you don't worry with water anymore. Budget-friendly solutions, a local company, again, more than 65 years in the business. You can have confidence that the pros at Be Dry will resolve your issue. Call Be Dry today at 942-1976 or go online, BeDryAlabama.com.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
President Donald Trump must assume that the folks in Iran are looking at his Truth Social feed, because he said yesterday on that feed that the U.S. will destroy one bridge or power plant for every ship Iran fires upon in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, of course, he didn't mention the Houthis and what they might be doing over there off the coast of Yemen and the Red Sea corridor. That's another area that has kind of been the end around that people could use to get oil out of there. And now they're saying, oh, no, the Houthis are going to close that up. Don't know that they have that power. Don't know that they have the resilience necessary, because if the U.S. decides to get over there and start blasting them, they might give up pretty quickly. They did last time.
Yeah, and if they struck 2 Saudi ships, now Saudi Arabia is going to be like, you're doing what to our ships?
Hello.
So, they're probably going to jump into this, let's hope. And it may be something else we got to look at to take care of and take out some of the Houthis that are causing this issue at the Red Sea.
Trump has been getting a lot of questions lately about when and how this is going to end, and he says they're eventually going to make a deal, but they're not ready yet. We'll get them ready. We're making them ready. By that he means we bombed them for a 12th night, and we're going to keep going until we feel like eventually when they say, okay, they're going to mean it. But he said the problem is they make a deal, and then they want to change it immediately, or they make a deal and they go back on it immediately. It's like, yeah, okay, well, keep creating the bombs. Bomb factories, keep making them, because if we do cut a deal and they try to back out of it, we're going to have to go ahead and hit them again.
Right.
And this could literally go on until the end of Donald Trump's term. I mean, I hate to say it, but it doesn't appear as though they're willing to cave on any of this stuff, and they're going to resist and take the beating that we're giving them, and maybe starve to death, because they're not getting any food in there. Their inflation level is ridiculous. It's off the chain high. The citizens of Iran are struggling and suffering as a result of this, but 40% of them were below the poverty line before this war started anyway.
Absolutely. And I mean, their whole, background and religious beliefs are that they're never going to strike a deal with us.
No, maybe not.
We're the awful ones, and so is Israel, and so their whole reason for being is to take us out.
Yeah.
We're the infidels. You know, we're the bad guys. So I don't ever see us. So again, we cannot leave until we take care of this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll be right back doing the same thing down the road. Take out Pickaxe Mountain, bomb it, and anything else that you need to make sure that the Strait of Hormuz is safe and they don't have nuclear capabilities. Period.
Ball-peen Hammer Mountain, you got to get that one. Get the Shovel Mountain, Hatchet Mountain, all of
Whatever
them.
you
All
wanna
of them. Every
call 'em.
garden tool needs to be bombed.
Yeah.
I heard a quote this morning that speaks volumes about where Iran stands on these things. It was from the Ayatollah Khomeini, the original one, in 1979 when they had their revolution and took over. And somebody said, look, economically, your system is simply not going to work. And he said, this revolution isn't about the economy. It's not about money. Economics is for donkeys. That was his statement. And if Iran still sticks to that, then yeah, they don't really care about, they don't have any money, they don't have any food, they don't care.
Won't care. They don't care about their people. They don't really care about the country.
Clearly not.
They
do care about power.
That's it.
Clearly. Birmingham Stallions' future is once again up in the air as United Football League co-owner Mike Ripoll is again raising questions about the franchise's future. Actually, he suggested the Stallions may not return to Protective Stadium in 2027 unless another solution can be found. He says what he's looking for is the right size, the right market, a passionate fan base. That's the winning formula. He says, eventually, when we start doing these traveling and going to play other places, how are we going to get fans to show up if we can't get them to show up in Birmingham? Our goal was to get 15,000 people to the games. We're falling far short of that. Protective holds 47,000, so even 15,000 looks like a very sparse crowd. You're hitting one side of the stadium, and the rest of it is not really doing the job.
I just think it's such a unique situation in the state of Alabama when you talk about other sports, specifically UFL football or whatever, any other outside football than college football. This is a college football state. I don't know when and if this ever changes, but everybody puts their hard-earned money to buy those tickets to go see the Auburn games or the Alabama games. And they spend a lot of money doing that, and they spend a lot of time because it is an all-day event. A Saturday football game, you get up in the morning and you get going depending upon what time the game starts. You're so invested in it. And Alabama, I just think, is unique in that. And I don't know that you can change this.
Yeah, I don't know you're ever going to get a semi-pro football team to really be successful here. I can say this. United has added a couple of flights for Alabama football.
That should tell you everything.
Exactly. They got one going to Knoxville on October 16th, and they got one going to Baton Rouge on November 6th. And those planes are going to be full of people who are going to watch those games.
And there goes more money, right? So I hate that there's not more backing of this team, but it just is what it is. And people that are there are very passionate.
Yeah, I'm such a freak. I like all football, so I can watch.
Yeah.
I can like Alabama and like the Stallions at the same time. I don't know why other people seem to be having problems with that. 7:30, Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Imagine explaining this to your bandmates. Okay, at this point, we're going to just go way high and go, wah, wah. We're whatting now? What are we doing? Why are we doing that?
People right now listening that can't hear the song go, what are they doing?
What song are you talking about?
Jan and Dean, little GTO.
You're wrong on the group.
Oh, who is it?
Ronnie and the Daytonas.
Ronnie
Oh.
and the Daytonas.
Nice try.
Well, I honestly
and
had no
Dean.
idea. I did not
You
know
we
that.
brought them into Birmingham for we were doing some car giveaway or something.
Ronnie and the Daytonas?
No. Jan and
Dean.
Jan
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah.
Dean. No, it's years ago.
I was going to say.
It's like, yeah, that was fun.
Jan was he had an accident.
Yeah.
And was not really
Not-
all
not-
there.
not- yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
learned that.
But
It was like, oh boy.
much like Mel Tillis could sing without stuttering, Jan could still sing. I mean, he knew the words. It was. We're seeing that right now with Lou Graham. You know, Lou Graham had a brain tumor, a foreigner, and he very difficult to interview. Very difficult. He tries to talk, and
It doesn't work.
as is so frequently the case, as we get older, he reaches for the word and it's not there, and it was a very, very tough interview. We had to edit the snot out of that thing before we put it on the air. But then you go see him live, he sings like a bird. And I go, okay,
That's just
it's muscle memory.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Muscle memory. People can, there are folks who are like, can barely keep their eyes open or can barely function in any way, shape, or form, sit down at the piano and just play a perfect ragtime, and you're
Right.
like,
Well,
what the
that's
hell
like,
happened there?
if you're around a young person, all of a sudden some song comes on and you're singing the words to it. They're like, well, how do you do that? That's an old song. How do you know that? You're just like, it's just there.
right,
It's just automatic.
exactly. We can't help ourselves.
No.
At least I can't.
Mm-hmm.
It is hot, and it's going to be hotter. Coming up actually early to mid next week, we're talking about highs in the mid 90s and no rain at all. So we're going to dry out.
What?
Yeah,
When?
like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very excited about that.
Are you?
Yes.
That means it's going to be
Although
hot.
the hot kind of worries me.
Yeah.
This is why we are going to rank popsicle brands right now.
All right.
Tasting Table, Samantha Maxwell sits down and comes up with the store-bought, I guess, aren't they all store-bought, popsicle brands.
I don't
yeah,
know. Did
where
she
else
make it
are
at
you
home?
getting them? Right. Well,
mean, you
I don't think
can.
we're doing that.
Right? Remember, there was a
We're ranking
a
Sally's
Tupperware.
popsicles.
there was a Tupperware thing that you could get that
Yeah.
you'd fill it up with juice and
And you
stick
put
all the
the-
in there, and then it would freeze, and you'd look lame. You'd be out there on the street talking to your friends, eating the homemade popsicle, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you were poor."
Or you just share them because they didn't have one. Here, would you like one of my popsicles?
No,
Sure,
I have
don't
store-bought
one.
popsicles at home. Thank you very much.
Sometimes you don't.
Now suddenly we're in an Eddie Murphy routine.
I'd rather have the Otter Pop. I got a popsicle, and you don't, because you.
Are you not going to say anything
welfare.
about it being a female that's doing the popsicle thing? It's
No,
Samantha?
I think
So-
I think popsicles
wrong.
are innately a female treat.
oh, it's female.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure why exactly. Twin Pops Assorted comes in at number 12. Budget Saver Twin Pops.
I think the name
No.
says it all.
No, thank you.
Some brands look promising from the packaging. Even if you've never tried the brand before, the label might draw you in, incentivize you to take a look. On the other hand, some brands look less than appealing before you even get to try the product, and that's definitely the case with Budget Saver Twin Pops. The clear plastic packaging does nothing to hide the perhaps too colorful frozen treats inside, and the term budget in the name informs buyers of the quality they can expect once they open the package.
Yeah, budget gives them the ability just to slap them in there and not worry about how they look.
Oucha magoucha.
It's bad.
Signature Select Ice Pops. This is from Albertsons, so we're not even going to
Yeah.
bother with it. No, we don't have that. How about Friendly's Ice Pops? Friendly's Ice Pops, many of the more basic popsicle variations on the market offer roughly the same product, an icy artificial flavor hunk of vividly colored ice that tastes vaguely of fruit and vaguely of bathroom cleaning products.
Ooh.
Unsurprisingly, Friendly's Ice
Yee.
Pops are no different.
Oh, move away from
Not very
those.
friendly at all, are they?
Mm. And here we go. The actual brand Popsicle, which is
I've
what I
had
grew up
these.
with.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
had these.
They came in the twin pack, right? And you'd have to bust them in two.
Yeah.
You'd think that the Popsicle brand would have one of the best products in the ice pop market, but that's not necessarily true. especially if you prefer a more naturally flavored frozen treat. The classic pack comes with orange, cherry, and grape flavors, just like some of the other brands on this list. But something that makes the Popsicle brand more appealing is the fact that they sell packs with a lot of other flavors as well. For example, if you don't want to stick with the same old orange and cherry flavors you've been eating since you were a kid, you can opt for variations inspired by tropical fruits or Jolly Ranchers. What in the world is wrong with Popsicle brand? Come on, man. Everybody's had these. Bomb Pop coming in at number 8.
Haven't
Familiar
had one
with
of
those?
these since I was a kid.
You're not familiar with this?
Bop.
I am
Oh,
familiar.
you are familiar. Yeah, okay, yeah, should be. That would be, the red, white, and blue classic Bomb Pop. Pretty good. See them at kids' birthday parties, whatnot. Number 7, Good Pop. Well, it's all in the name, isn't it?
Is it?
Is it great? No, it's good. There are definitely ice pop brands that sell more delicious products than the stuff you'll find from Good Pop. But for those looking for a healthier popsicle alternative, all right, that's enough of that. Organic.
The moment you said healthy,
Yeah.
you're out.
Organic citrus pop-ups.
Yeah, these are the ones in the cardboard little
Yeah.
round
The
thing,
little
and you
toilet
push them
paper
up.
roll thing.
Yes,
Yeah, push them.
No wonder they taste like bathroom cleaning products.
Yuck.
Organic. Yikes, you lost me. Trader Joe's Fruit Frenzy bars. They always manage to fit a Trader Joe's thing in here, don't they? No secret that Trader Joe's offers some of the best frozen foods, including meats and novelties you can't find anywhere else. Therefore, shouldn't come as a surprise that the popular budget-friendly supermarket chain has more than a few different ice pop options to choose from, ranging from the tangerine cream bars filled with vanilla ice cream to the strawberry lemonade ice bars that offer refreshment for the hottest days of the year. Best part of these popsicle variants is that they're far from basic. Flavor you'll find from Trader Joe's are on average significantly more interesting than those you're going to find from other brands.
Yeah, because these popsicles look like a cake with
Yeah.
the 3, whatever on
They
the
got 3
front
layers.
box. That's
Yeah.
looks like some type of cake. It doesn't look
Reminds me of a Jell-O product that they used to make, Jell-O 1, 2, 3. You have 3 different levels of Jell-O inside your little container there. Open Nature fruit bars. Less said about that, the better.
okay.
Talenti. They make
Talenti's kind of a frou-frou ice cream.
It's not ice cream, is it? It's
What
it's,
is
it's a gelato.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. It's gelato.
I don't ever buy it, but I know it's fancy because it's expensive.
It's fancy schmancy.
It's fancy and schmancy.
For a cool confection that's more fruit-forward and more handheld than the brand's well-known gelato pints, you might want to take a look at Talenti's mini sorbetto bars.
Sorbet. They're sorbet bars, huh?
Uh-huh. These are pre-portioned, I guess, so you don't have to worry about accidentally eating the entire pint of the ice cream or sorbet in one
Oh,
sitting.
I can eat the whole box if you just let me at it. You know what I'm saying?
Number
About to say,
2,
some people
Don't
would take
say
that
that
as a
the-
challenge.
Well, the packaging, I mean, how stupid is that? Ooh, we packaged it
proportioned?
in a
I'll show
big-
you.
Right. Don't challenge me. Give me that box.
Number 2, 365 fruit bars. These, of course, are from Whole Foods. Whole Paycheck.
Mango fruit bars.
Offer Whole Foods store brands, and you're going to get a frozen treat, made with real fruit and other natural ingredients, which taste fresher than almost all the other brands on this list. The fact that the ingredients are so clean is a huge selling point. Instead of worrying about high fructose corn syrup, you can enjoy the flavors of strawberry, mango, lemon, and more. And number 1, I have eaten these, and I can tell you they are spectacular.
I thought you didn't like coconut.
I haven't eaten the coconut version. I have
Okay.
had other flavors of this
Okay. All right.
because for a while, and you know how it is with kids. You buy them something and they love them, and then you go out and you buy. Oh, she loves these. I'll buy 2 boxes, and suddenly it's like I don't like those. No one likes those. Why would I eat those? You're like, I got 2 boxes of these.
Start handing them out to the neighborhood kids.
So Grandpa ate them,
Oh.
and they were good. Outshine fruit bars. This brand offers the best of both worlds because you can get variety packs that offer different varieties like strawberry, tangerine, and pineapple. That's the one I loved. Or you can opt for boxes that feature exclusively one flavor. Keep things simple with lime or mango, or try flavors like peach and pomegranate that you won't find from every brand out there.
Where do you find these?
Actually, I
Anywhere?
found them at Walmart. Yeah,
Walmart?
Walmart. Real fruit. It's like you'll find if you get the strawberry flavor, you'll find chunks of strawberry in there
Oh, that sounds
while you're
good.
eating. It's fantastic. Mango, same thing. Pineapple, same thing. Absolutely great. On a hot day, you can't go wrong with these things. And I cannot believe that there's actually something on this list outside of the popsicle brand that I've eaten. But as we were working our way through the list, I kept thinking, I bet I know what number one is because I've had them and they're really good. This is probably the only popsicle I would be interested in eating because if you're going to give me a frozen treat, I'm going to want something more ice cream. You know, I'm going to want an Eskimo pie. I'm going to want an ice cream sandwich.
A Dove popsicle.
Fudge-sicle.
Fudgesicles
I'm
are
more
delicious.
likely to have a fudge-sicle. But if this is an option, I might actually go for the Outshine Fruit Bar. 746 Dixon Divining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Your thoughts always welcome. 545-9950. one of two truly great songs about car washes. This one is Rose Royce, Working at the Car Wash. The other one, of course, Jim Croce's Working at the Car Wash Blues. 751 Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Well, they don't have a car wash. They do have a shop. Work Trucks downtown, 2324 3rd Avenue South. They've got a shop that a lot of people avail themselves of. You don't have to just take your work truck in there. You can take anything in there if you want. They're fast. They're good at getting you back on the road, which is important. They do all the work in-house, also important. And they don't play the whole, like, we can't find the part. They have got huge sources to find the parts that you are desperate for when it comes to getting your work truck back on the road. So they've got a lot of resources available to them. I love that. I love the fact they got over 100 vehicles on the lot at any given time. And you can, are we still listening to a little car wash? That's nice. I like that behind there. That's good. I'm sure the folks at Work Trucks do too. Work Trucks, downtown at 2324 3rd Avenue South, or online at WorkTrucks with an X, LLC.com, WorkTrucks with an X, LLC.com, where they are all about trucks. Looking at some of the text we received, B-Rad says, I'm going to Tennessee in the morning. Get me some. If you want me to, I'll pick up some for you, Richard. Is he talking weed or is it?
I think that's the lottery
tickets.
yeah.
Tickets. Okay, yeah, that explains. Because I'm like, I haven't smoked that in a really long time. I don't know why.
No, you don't want to start
why
that
would
back
you
up,
offer
Richard.
that? No, thank you.
No.
I'm lethargic enough. Ray says, AOC has a lot of name recognition in Alabama. It's printed on so many Alabama license plates. Okay. Thomas says, Ossoff is not very popular in the vast majority of Georgia. Unfortunately, Metro Atlanta has more liberal population than the rest of the state. That is so often the case that you'll have just the big lib population in the major city that ends up making the decisions for the rest of the state. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is certainly the case with New York. It's certainly the case. There's a couple of very liberal cities in California. You get outside of San Francisco and L.A., and there's a lot of red there, in California. But unfortunately, that doesn't really make a difference because those guys get overwhelmed every time. But yeah, Ossoff, not that terribly popular in the rest of the state. Scott says, I think Valerie nailed it. The Dems are never going to endorse a candidate that is an independent thinker, and they can't control. Mark Kelly does not fit that bill. You are probably right about that. You are probably right about that because they really did take control of Joe Biden, and they wanted Joe Biden to be the candidate, much more so than anybody else on that stage at that time. Taylor says, I wonder if the Birmingham Stallions would consider a move to the Hoover Met. If I'm not mistaken, I think their max capacity is 16,000. Yeah, something they're looking at, actually.
So they'd be the Hoover Stallions?
I think they could still be the Birmingham Stallions. I mean, the Birmingham Barons played in Hoover
Hoover might
for a
be
long
like,
time.
we'd like you to change your name
That's
to Hoover.
right.
Come on
If
now.
you're going to do this, you're going to have to make the move.
Coming over here like that.
Well, and I will say this: the Hoover Met has just shy of 11,000 when it comes to permanent seating. If you bring in some temporary seating, you can go up to about 60.
All right. Well, let's stick with just the permanent seating, and then you'd have a sellout crowd pretty much every week, right? Which you see in other places if you watch UFL on TV, as I have. When they go to a place like, well, I don't think Memphis has one anymore, do they? They moved. That was one of the ones they moved.
Memphis was one of the ones they moved.
Yeah, but when you go to another city, you'll see that their stadium is full, but you'll also realize it's about 1/3 the size of Protective Stadium, which is why they can fill it up.
Yeah.
10, 12, 15,000 people looks like a lot.
I'll tell you the other thing, and I'm not trying to besmirch, the Stallions and that beautiful Protective Stadium downtown.
Smirch away.
But I wonder how many people maybe aren't, they're not, maybe not, to them parking isn't easy, or they don't want to go to downtown Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have a bigger crowd at the Hoover Met supporting it?
Maybe so.
Would you have, the whole Hoover area, Shelby County, Alabaster, you got Thompson High School with huge football, Hoover High, Spain Park, all of that. Would you have more families coming out to maybe watch the games because you're not having to go to downtown Birmingham?
They're not
just throwing it out there.
Not having trouble filling up a Regents Field.
Right.
That's
true.
That seems to be filling up pretty nicely.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that argument holds
But
water.
I think, again, this Protective Stadium is one thing. When you talk about Regents Field, that is a family fun atmosphere because your kids can literally run around
True.
inside that stadium. There's a whole kids area, the food, and I think they have it really set up nicely that once you get in there, it's very family friendly.
Lots to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that may be something that they need to work on a little bit with the Stallions. McGee says, you're getting old when another person's history lesson is your trip down memory lane. Very nice, McGee. Very nice. James says, I was 16 in 1974 when my dad turned me loose in a 70 model GTO 455 4-speed.
My goodness.
Your dad was nuts.
390 positive rear and end. The fastest car at my high school. Great times, great memories.
Man, nicest
and a
car.
great song.
You had it.
Thanks for playing it this
And
morning.
don't you wish you still had it?
Yes.
We just had a call in, say that there's a wreck as you're going 280 outbound, eastbound. If you're going up Double Oak Mountain and you're stopped, that's why. So if you're headed that way and trying to get to Chelsea, yeah, there aren't many alternatives. You're going to have patience.
All righty. Thanks for that.
Maybe turn around and come back toward town and get yourself a cup of coffee and some breakfast.
Pete says, I might have missed it this morning, but did you say anything about Jell-O brand pudding pops?
Yellow brand.
Which is a pudding pop? Because everybody knows that puts his pudding in the pudding pop.
I'm not even comfortable with that anymore.
I just slip a little
yeah,
gel into the pudding
pop.
pop.
What you did with the pudding pop.
Everybody loves the pudding pop. Wouldn't matter where Stallions play. Boldo Beavers beat them every time. I don't know what that means, Roger. Honestly, have no idea. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals handed the Trump administration a major ruling on illegal aliens. Check this out. Court announced a per curiam order in several consolidated cases, including Ignacio Saznafa Rodriguez versus Sylvester M. Ortega, granting the government's motion to stay district court judgments that ordered bond hearings or releases for illegal aliens. Bill Clinton put this into action back in the 1990s and said, look, if you got a deportation order, you don't have to do any of that stuff. You can hold on to these guys until you deport them, and that's the way we're going to do it from this point on. And Trump was just following that, and all these little crappy little district courts, you can't do that. You have to have a warrant. You have to have this. You have to have a release, and you have to have a hearing. Every single one has to get in front of a judge, blah, blah, blah. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals just told all those district courts, you have no power in this. None. Shut up. You got nothing to say on the subject. Fantastic. It's about time.
Yeah, because again, when you talk about illegal aliens, they're here illegally.
Yeah.
They don't have any rights.
No.
You don't have any. So I love to see this.
This
Way to go.
This is something that was put in action a long time ago, 30 years ago now, and it's one of the few things Bill Clinton did right. I did a few things right. I mean, Monica. Anyway.
Whoa.
Hello?
Did you really?
Hello? What? Anyway.
That was all wrong. What do you mean, right?
But it is exactly the way we should be handling this situation because it is such an overwhelming problem. There's no way you're going to put 20, 25 million illegal immigrants one at a time in front of a judge. Nope. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
So round them up, send them home. And I agree with Tom Homan when people start complaining, what about separating families? They can take their kids with them. No one is stopping them. They can take their kids with them all the way back home again. And then if they decide they want to try to come back, they can do that legally. Well, maybe they can't. I mean, if we end up deporting them, they had their chance. Sorry.